Hello trader, welcome back to another live session from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Coming up next second day of the trading week, we see that gold from this resistance line, there is a breakup structure as we discussed yesterday's live session as well, that gold to be bearish, and we can see the market in fact showing significant downtrending market structure at the moment, approaching this daily 20 EMA, and with that daily 20 EMA approaching that, as you can see here on the lower time frame, there is a downtrend. So I'm looking to enter in this short-term movement with all of you guys in this live session. Let's wait for a potential entry opportunity, and we'll be looking for the best trade possible in the market. Before I begin this live session, I would appreciate if you guys are here, say yes in the live chat and give a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Thank you very much. So hope that I see there is a disconnection with the chat. Let me restore it. Thanks for joining the live session. Absolutely appreciate your support to the channel. And let's begin today's live. I'll just do the review again here. Thank you for joining the live session. Absolutely appreciate your support to this channel that we are doing the live every day. And let's first of all look at this market here. If we look at XAUUSD, this is a significantly at the moment bear market, and we will be doing full multi-time frame analysis as this is a tomorrow coming up, quite a few high impact news, and then followed by as starting tomorrow we will see that followed by tomorrow, after tomorrow, and quite a few days significant news coming up. So tomorrow starting with AUD CPI coming, followed by also the NZD, and then later tomorrow in NY session we'll see FOMC meeting minutes. So that news could give a significant momentum in the price movement here. So before we look at here, we can see that it's a currently bear market, and because it's a bear market, we will look for potential selling opportunity in this market. So before we look for any entry, the first step is for us to find to do the full analysis, and then finding an entry opportunity. Are you guys ready for the analysis? Say yes in the live chat if you're ready for any entry as well. Thanks for joining the live session. Let's look at here. We can see that Lawrence, welcome. Suranda, welcome. Chineri, yes. Osertin, yes. Rajkumar, thank you very much. Check-in, yes. Chineri, yes. Thank you for joining that live session. Yep. Let's begin today's live here. And we can see that since the market opened, well, thank you for confirming. Okay, so what we have seen that if you look at here daily, where the daily price action, there was a previous daily candle. Thank you for confirmation. Fatimi, welcome. Cool. Let's look at here. Sophia, welcome. Thank you. Now, as we discussed yesterday, guys and girls together, here is yesterday's daily price action was a very narrow daily candle, and from that narrow daily candle the market had a strong breakdown. Now this is what we discussed in our live session as well, and if you guys have looked at the weekly forex forecast, also I have done an in-depth understanding of what might happen this week, and that's a great education. I would highly encourage you to look at the weekly forex forecast as well, so that you guys know that exactly what we looked at in this weekly forex forecast. Now you can see that this is what we discussed, that this is a smart money zone here, the order block, support, turn resistance, and then we can see the market has dropped from that level, and we saw that the price has come back to the same order block this week, and from that same order block, which is support, also turning resistance, and we can see the price is getting the rejection currently at the moment. Now, because the price is doing the same pattern, we may see a potential, at least a break of structure here. Okay, so we can see that this is a coming up at an important support level, which is 3279, and what we discussed in the analysis as well, for the price to potentially drop back to this 3280 level. Now the daily 20M is approaching here, and as the price is approaching the daily 20 EMA, we could see that now potentially a drop to the daily 20 EMA, which is that here we could see significantly at least 100 pip drop here that we might see during this live session. So therefore our bias here is to sell the market. Okay, so with that being said, now we found a potential directional bias for an entry. We need to see that this downtrend that we can see, this is the 15-minute chart where the market was dropping, creating series of lower high. So we see the market is dropping, creating series of lower high. We'll be waiting for this break of structure and then for the market to trend back down here. Now if we look at the lower time frame here, we can see this is the 5-minute chart, and in this I'm going to go back to the 1 minute. Here is the key, and as you can see, this is the 1 minute chart, and in this 1 minute chart, this is a lower time frame price action where the market is in a downtrend here. So you can see the price is here is in a downtrend, and you can see this is a in a downtrend, and where the price is coming down here, so creating series of lower high and lower low, which is in a downtrend. And with that series of lower high and lower low, we can see the market is currently approaching that level where this is a resistance line, and because it's on this resistance approaching, so for us, for finding that potential entry, what we need here is, if we look at the lower time frame 1 hour chart, the price is approaching this potentially this support level, which is turning resistance, and that's where our possible entry, some of the levels that we can look for a rejection on the lower time frame. So with that being said, here we can see the market, this is the 5-minute chart, approaching to the upside to create a new higher high. So looking at the lower time frame here, this is a 1-minute chart. We can see that it's bouncing back to the upside, expecting this market to crack any of this important key area and then to break below. We will be using a pending order for this potential break, and then we can look for entry. So looking at daily, as we discussed the daily, we are expecting for a daily 20 EMA retest. Therefore lower time frame will be expecting also a break of structure. We see that the market is now heading back to the upside. So when the market will prepare for a drop to retest the daily 20 EMA, that's where our potential entry opportunity that we will be looking at. Let's wait for that to happen. And in the meantime, guys, what's your point of view on this move? Do you think that gold is going to drop here, or it's potentially bouncing back to the upside here? What's your opinion on that? Let me know, guys, and absolutely also share any other point of view. You think that gold is going to be heading back to the upside, or it's gonna drop back down again? What's your opinion on that? let's begin some music here. Thank you. So we can see that this is a clean bounce back to the upside here. And with that bounce, the market is currently trending and potentially could go back up here to this resistance line where there is a high liquidity, expecting it to potentially to go up further and then to give us that possible rejection from this market. We'll be looking for that potential entry here in this instrument, and as it is currently trending back to the upside, we will be looking for possible entry, and we would like to see that it's still trending, creating series of higher high and higher low, which is a possible break of structure. This is a key level, and the higher it's going is better for us to see that for us for this pullback, as we are expecting market to drop to the daily 20 EMA, which potentially to drop back down here. So 4 hour here, which is a 4 hour support, 4 hour resistance, and looking back here to see where the market is potentially be heading, waiting for the price to give us that entry. Here is this is the daily 20 EMA here. So if the price potentially drop back here, we might see almost 130p potential drop possible. And once we see the price started to prepare for a downtrend, this is where we will be entering into the trade. So let's look at here. If you guys look at it, you can see this is the 1 hour chart here, and this is a currently approaching this support level, which is turning resistance, and from that zone we can expect for this market to break below. Now there is another important zone here. You can see this is a key area of support where there was a huge bounce with the manipulation, and currently the market is approaching that level where there is that liquidity zone, and we may see the price crossing that low and then coming back below from that low, which we may see the price to potentially drop back down here. So here is where you can see the price to come back here to this support level, and let's wait for the market. You can see it's now pushing back up, so you can see the price is slowly pushing back to the upside where there is a liquidity, and with that zone that we can see the price to possibly to come back. It's now in a locally uptrend, and because it's in an uptrend, still we will not be looking for any entry until we see the price prepared for that move back to the downside. Drop back down. Okay, so it may go up in US session. So yeah, look, it's completely we need to understand, in fact, a longer term picture how the market might be doing. Now you can see this is a pretty long week candle here, and with this long week candle, now if you look at this is a big long week candle here, and we may see the market to possibly fill that zone, and that's where we will be able to see a possible entry opportunity in this market. We will be looking for that entry. If you look at here, you can see this is the 1 hour price, and would like to see that it's going back up, crossing the previous 1 hour high is where there is a better trading opportunity in this market. Now we will be waiting for the market to potentially cross the previous the high here. This is the 5-minute chart, which is very important level. Okay, now it's an important zone in this area. So looking at this is the 1 minute chart, And what we can see that there's a long week, expecting that for the market to potentially be breaking below here. And so what we can see here, so in that area, what we can see, this is the lower time frame price section here. And looking at the 1 hour and the 4 hour chart, the price on the 4 hour resistance as well, that we can see the market is on this 4 hour level. And because the price in that area on the 4 hour resistance line, it's approaching that key level, expecting that the market to potentially come back here, crossing back below, and then to turn that price back below this level here to create a new lower low in this area. So we'll see that where it is potentially be heading. There is a long week rejection here, and yeah, so you can see it's now trying to push back to the upside. So here you can see that Okay, so here we can see the market in this area, the price approaching that zone here, and this is the 4-hour chart. We see there is a bounce, and with that bounce we could see the market to potentially, as it is approaching that key resistance line, we can look for here. This is there's a break of structure, and from that from this resistance line, from this resistance we can expect for this market to potentially drop back down again. As it is approaching that important resistance line, we can expect for the price to possibly come back and break from this structure. And if you look at the daily again, we see the price approaching that daily 20 EMA. So because the market is in a rejection from this level, but this is a long-term downtrend, we could see for this price to potentially revert back again to this support level. So looking at the 1-hour chart here, it is currently here it's approaching that level, expecting that the market to potentially to reject from that high and waiting for the price to potentially come down here and then to create a new lower low. So if you look at here lower time frame, we can see this is a resistance line, and the price here you can see this is getting a rejection from the top. So once we see that the market has done enough liquidity grab from the top, started to reject back to the downside, that is where we will be looking into the trade. So you can see it's getting rejection, and that is the point that we will be looking to see. As if the market get that rejection here, we may see that the price to potentially come back here to the daily 20 EMA. So here I'm going to look at for a potential sell stop. As if you look at the 4 hours getting that rejection, let's wait to see where we may find possible entry setup here. So would like to see a reversal pattern formation here. So 4-hour chart here, this is the 4-hour candle is closing 1 hour 30 minutes later. Now here what we can see, this is where there is a bearish engulfer followed by another bearish candle, expecting for this market to okay, here is we can see it's potentially forming a head and shoulder. So we will be using sell stop at the moment for this possible drop here. And if we look at that move here, we'll be placing the stop loss above all this high. We will be using the sell stop. If the market coming back below here, we will be in the trade, and which we may see that potentially to come down. First move we will be taking in this level, and later we can adjust accordingly. So sell stop placing at 3293.26, stop loss at 3298.38 and TP target at 3287.94. Placing a sell stop with tight risk here, and let's see how far it might be heading to, and if the market breaks below, we'll be in the trade. So expecting this market to drop here, and this is the 54 pip target is because we might see further drop, but we would like to hold it for this level here because this is the nearest low here, and if the market drop back below, it might go for a little range, or it could continue to drop, but we will be waiting for the market to give us this the potential drop, because as this market is potentially if it is breaking below, this is the level that we can expect the market to come and touch before it get a rejection again or coming down, and I think we might see that potential drop. So sell stop at 3293.28 with a very tight risk, and stop loss at 3298.38, TP target at 3287.94. that is where waiting for the market to come down, retest, and continue to drop here. So let's wait to see that the market to come down. And we will be waiting for the price to potentially breaking below. So if you guys in the meantime didn't like this stream, I would appreciate if you give a thumbs up. And I see that view and likes are very disproportional. If you like this stream, make sure you give a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. Okay, so you see there is a possible bearish price action in this area, and that being said, we may see a trigger potential. And we might be on the trade. So here is it's slowly trying to create a possible structure, and I think the market may start to break that low here. So here it's trying to build up some structure, still not triggered, and I think we might see that potential break below here in that area. We'll be waiting to see. Now looking at here, if you guys look at it, you can see this is the 5-minute chart, and so far showing possible the rejection here, because this is a breakout structure. So we can see that on the trade, and guys, I got a little bit of disconnected here. So you can see the market is, I hope that I'm like back. The connection back. There was a funny internet connection disconnected in a funny way. I hope that you guys can hear me now. Can you confirm in the live chat that you can hear me? Okay, thank you for that confirmation. Here is a there is a little bit of disruption. Break it back. So there is a, we can see there is a rejection from the top. We are on the trade, and with that rejection, expecting that the market to potentially break below. So this is the 5-minute candle that you can see. There is a doji formation, and with the doji, let's wait for the market to show possible. There is a manipulation here at the moment. It's time for that manipulation. This is the 15-minute candlestick pattern. There is a doji, and which is what I think that possibly to revert back down here, and with that rejection, there is a long wick rejection. So this is currently in a manipulation, so we may see the price to potentially to return back again, the imbalance here in this zone from the 1 hour, the candle closing in 1 hour. From the 15 minutes we see a doji formation, and because it's a falling market, so what is falling is likely to fall. That being said, we'll be waiting for the price to potentially to return in that direction to see where we can see will be. I think we're still expecting to break below here, slowly trying to make its way to the downside. And here we have the target for almost 56 pip target in this area. So Would like to see there is a 5 minutes big doji. We might see that pullback here. 1 hour and the 30 minutes. Five minutes. We'll be waiting for this 5 minutes candle to close. If this one is not being able to push back further, then expecting that the market to potentially to remain bearish here. So it's trying to create a structure. Let's see what kind of structure it is forming. It's still possible for the price to remain bearish here. We'll be looking to see possible entry here. We are on the trade, possible drop. Now it has created a little bit of imbalance to the upside, but I think the market to potentially to remain downside. If you look at the 15 minutes, there is a 15 minutes doji, and you're getting some kind of rejection. So we'll see that we have enough space at the top for any fluctuation to the upside. Right, this is the nearest zone here. Okay, from here we'll be waiting for that the market to possibly to see that it's respecting this resistance line. Now, as we discussed, the daily chart is highly bearish. So from the daily, expecting that the market to remain bearish. And if we reject from that level, we will be looking to see the price coming here to this support level. And yeah, so if this structure not being able to create a new higher high, we might see a break below. So we're waiting to see. Now, so looking at the 15 minutes candle, where this is the 15 minutes price action. Okay, so this is a 5 minutes. This is another 5 minutes candle closed here with a doji. Now back to back 3 narrow doji, not being able to break the high. So you see that the next one to revert back again to fill that zone. There is an imbalance here. Okay, we'd like to see that getting that potential rejection here on the lower time frame. We see this is a key level of resistance on the lower time frame, not a higher time frame resistance. And if the market breaking from that resistance, we could see the price to potentially trend back down. That's what to see, as this is a daily bearish market. The flow to the downside is higher, and we are almost nearing to the entry again. So you can see the market is pushing down here. You guys can see that. So the price is pushing back down, and as expected. So currently we see the price below our entry. As you use the pending orders, so you all probably in the same area. Now here would like to see that break of structure, and I think that if it breaks below, we may see the market to come back here. First our to see if the market is breaking that support, which is important for us to see this, how this 1 minute candlestick pattern playing out. And in that case we may see the price completely coming here to this support level, as the bulls may not get enough strength, or we might see another wave of potential pushback. And yeah, so we can see some bearish pressure coming in to the support, and yeah, so it's coming back below here, which is giving a high probability for us to come down. So in our favor at the moment. Okay, so we see bearish price action has been formed, and that being said, we have entered into the profit area. I would like to hold this trade for further for possible downside, as the price has failed to create a higher high. I think we should see a drop back below, and with that drop here, this is an important support. So our TP target is at 3287.94. Just for our a little better probability, I would like to change the TP a little bit above 3288.46, as if you guys look at it, you can see this is a, it might try to create a triple bottom and then to push back up again. So before this candle close, I'll just move my TP to 3288.46. So move by TP 3288.46. We see some pullback again. So that you know that, so I move my TP at 3288.46 just to maintain this support in case it's want to create a triple bottom and then push back up again to fill that imbalance or going for a range. Looking at here on the 15-minute chart, that we can see there's a 15-minute candle closing with a long wick doji, and this is also showing potential bearish price action. There is a 1 hour close coming as well. So (15 and 30 minutes price action), we can see that possible for 1 hour chart as well, possible for a downside. So it's trying to push back up. So there is a doji. Do you guys see that? It's forming. So this 15 minutes would like to see that it's closing as a red bearish candle for possible further bearish move here. Okay, so here it's causing that bearish price movement, expecting for the market to potentially to trend back down, and we can see that bearish move coming back below again, and we would like to see the market to trend in that direction to create a new lower low. And here is this is a lower time frame. This is the 15 minutes candlestick pattern closing as a possible bear candle. So there's a doji formation here. So we'll see that where it might just go for a manipulation. That's where so it's going for a manipulation. This is a so you may see that just tested that high. Okay, that's a we might see possible rejection here. That's a very strong rejection, coming almost back to the support level. So I'm still on the trade. We are almost nearing again to the entry, and that's how the market more often does this kind of manipulation. If we look at the 30 minutes here, big 5 minutes candle, and okay, so we are again coming back below our entry. If you guys, anyone didn't do the risk management, we are at entry that I would highly encourage you to reduce your size if you didn't do the risk management. But if you did the risk management, I'm still holding it, as I'm still expecting for this market to potentially come down, and then to if you look at here, you can see this is a if you look at 15 minutes, which just price tested the 20 EMA and then has got that rejection. Now it might just get liquidity and then could come back down again, or trying to grab more liquidity. The ultimate directional bias should be up in the major direction. If you look at the 4-hour, you can see it's the 4-hour price, and where the price at the 4-hour opening and closing, and the price still didn't test the daily 20 EMA. So here is the, it might go to break the resistance and then could return back again. It's a very interesting price action is being formed. So from the very moment that the price hitting that resistance line, so this is a market in a very crucial level, so we may see here deeper so there is an imbalance here. We may see the price to potentially retest again. We may not see this trade to hold in. So the market in a very interesting area. So I'm running another position in from this zone, and probably you guys still running, or I have added position because this is a potential for break below, as it is a long-term bear market. So looking for that zone, if you look at it, see, this is a very narrow zone, and as we discussed previously, this is the 4-hour candle, and in that 4-hour price action where the price just has, this is the 15 minutes 20 EMA, which tested and then potentially getting rejection. So 5 minutes candle closing with a bearish price action, and if this 5 minutes candle is a rejection, then we could see for the price to potentially, is the 5 minutes candle closed? We just grab liquidity multiple times, and we'll be waiting to see. Let's delete those lines here to see where at any point you could see that stronger rejection. Once we see the price having a rejection here, if we look at the 1 hour chart. Daily price action above 10 EMA. For sure it's gonna break below, I'm sure, but as you can see, trading is all about probability, but I am very much confident that the price will drop, but we need to see how far it's gonna pull back. But again, at the same time, as I mentioned, it might just go for, you see there is a wickless candle here, there's an imbalance, and at any point you will see that the price just started to reject from that high, where it will have that rejection. That's the point that we need to look at. And once we see the market has started its move back below, that's where we will be looking for that entry. And so this is a, once we see the price prepared for another break below, it manipulated here and revert back up. So I'll keep my pending order here again for another entry below this swing low, and stop loss above this high. This is also sell stop, as once the market will drop, it might have a very strong drop. In that case, if the price break from the top, we'll be targeting to the daily 20 EM as we discussed, to this level here. So from that perspective, here is the sell stop that we will be placing again and patiently waiting for possible break. So if you look at the sell stop, pending order here 3295.37, stop loss at 3299.64, so which is a sell stop, and TP target here at 3285.11, 3285.11 to this. If the markets break below, we will be on the trade here for possible drop. So it's a sell stop. So sell stop as per, and here again sell stop at 3295.94 or 37, 3295.37, stop loss at 3299.64. TP, we will keep a little higher TP target here for possible drop, 3285.11. so that's the pending order here. So we'll be using that possible move back. If it is rejecting, then potentially to turn back here. So this is the sell stop that we placed here at the moment for potential move. And because the market on the daily bearish trend, so if we see the prices come back here, we will be on the trade. Welcome, thank you. Okay, Here is with this local move. Now if the price forming a reversal confirmation here, welcome. Okay, welcome. Here is forming multiple red candle. Now this is again, we place the sell stop. As I mentioned, once the market will start to break below, you might see that the price to potentially have bigger drop, so which is possibly to come back here completely below the support if the market is showing that bearish pattern. We'll be entering only if the price breaks below. Okay, so we can see multiple rejection from the top possibly. Let's see how this 1 minute candle closing also important. So the market potentially be breaking below. We are sell stop, we place that, and as I mentioned earlier, if the market breaks, expecting a complete break of structure coming back here below to the daily 20 EMA, which here we can see that this is the 5 minutes candle. So I'm active with the trade. It's running in. So if it fully drop here, we can take almost 105 pip, and it's possible to have a potential drop. The trade is active. Thank you. Okay, so let's wait to see how the price reacting in this area. Now the trade active. Are you guys with this trade? You can say something on the live chat if you are on the trade. We are active now. Here we like to see the market to remain that bearish trend. So if we look at the 30 minutes, okay, so let's wait to see if it is forming a head and shoulder. If it is heading a head and shoulder, then the bias could be in that direction. So Victor, yes, okay. Rohit, if you can ask trade to first time following you, thank you for joining. Yeah, absolutely. We see that here the market to possibly to come down to create a new lower low here, and we can see that if you guys look at, you can see here it's form a head and shoulder. So there is a possibility now to come down and waiting for that to potentially to happen. And 5 minutes we can see that bearish move here in that area. So it's a bearish price action, and let's see if the market is doing that or again going for further manipulation. So far here in this area, this is a 5 minutes candle. There's a 5 minutes close coming. Now how the 5 minutes closing also vitally important. So you see the 5 minutes closed. Now creating a doji. All right guys, so if we see that it's a full blown head and shoulder, possibly we might see that bearish trend in this direction. Okay, so we see that head and shoulder. I think we might see that down trend here at the moment. So looking here in this area from this, if you look at here, almost 110 pip possible move if we see the price has dropped back below, which is pretty significant. If we see the price has made that move back towards the downside here. And in the meantime guys, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. looking forward to see that the market is this is a structure here, head, left shoulder and the right shoulder, to break below in that zone and then to revert back again. So look at the 1 hour. Here is a there's a breakup structure here. Now coming down here from this resistance line, so we would like to see that it's forming a possible a complete head and left shoulder and the right shoulder, so that can give us that possible trend continuation in that direction here. Now trend continuation is vital to see the market to possibly come down. It's coming back below here again. There will be fluctuation with the trade and we have to be okay with it. Now it created that head and shoulder, and I think there is a possibility for that we are expecting the rejection to come back down. So there's a you see that it's just very weird manipulation. So before the market change the trend, as it might just create this kind of structure here, and so there's a another breakup up. From the daily, again looking at We'll look to see that here how much imbalance it might go back for. So there's a 4-hour close coming, and with this 4-hour close, wait for the price to fill that zone, and then to look for further entry once we see the price has created that imbalance in that area. So here is a complete bounce back to the upside. Let's wait to see where it is heading. Once it gonna reject, you would see that break below. This is the 4-hour candle, which is potentially be closing in few minutes, and with the 4-hour close, third trade with 52 pip stop loss, again targeting to this daily 20 EMA, which will be almost 3 to 1, and so we'll be using 1% risk only. Sell stop at 3299.90, 3299.90, stop loss at 3305.13, and TP target will be taking longer TP 3285. .83. So placed pending order here again, sell stop in this area. And so my trade is active again. I am on the trade. So here we place that pending order again, and it's on the trade. So if it drops fully to the support, we will be able to gain full 140 pip. So here on another trade on gold. Now possible, I'm waiting for that daily trend continuation, as this is the market where it's bearish. Now where is gone? We can see it's creating a narrow consolidation. Yeah, you're on the chart, on the chart color. Yeah, so here it's if we look at the 15 minutes, we're trying to go for a weak fill. So the tight risk management is very important. So here you can see the price, if you look at here, narrow doji, and once the price will potentially break to the major daily trend, we may see that the market to possibly come back well below to the daily 20 EMA. So there was a we saw that in the past there was a manipulation here, big manipulation. The price has dropped to that support and has gone back to the upside again. So it's currently in a what I think that potential transition for this local uptrend to global downtrend. So the daily trend is bearish, and once the price finally managed to change the trend, we could see the price to potentially come back here to the fully to the support level. So now you can see it formed that reversal and started to break below that level, below the support. Okay, now 5 minutes, a bear candle formation with that bearish price action. Here is, one big trade is important to see for all the possible trade. And here is, we can see the market started to show possible directional bias. Look at the 5 minutes where I'm still holding it for this potential trend continuation. Yeah, here would like to see that it's breaking below, and once we see that complete breakdown, if we see that complete breakdown, that's what I'm looking at, to see that potential downtrend. Okay, coming back below, crossing that low, holding it in a one trade, we could give almost everything that we need. If you know that it's going in the favor, we'll be holding it for bigger profit target. So looking at the 5 minutes, where now we can see that after this drop is consolidating in this area and expecting for the market to potentially trend down or grabbing more liquidity here. So now this 15 minutes green candle can be a liquidity candle, and then for the price to push back down to the direction of the major trend. So looking at the 4-hour here, we see that the price 4-hour candle closing with a potential doji formation. If you look at here, you can see this is the 4-hour price action. Okay, here this is an important trend line, and with the 4-hour close, if we see that the break of the trend line, potentially to see downtrend here. It's another 5 minutes candle closed. And what I think, guys, this might be a fake out here, and that's we want to see the market breaking below with the fake out, and that could bring that price back below again to the trend line, where we may see the price meeting that 20 EMA of the daily price action. The most important part here is to see the price is managed to break the this daily 20 this current local support, so that you can see the price is coming to the daily 20 EMA. So this trade, if it goes well below, then we might be able to see, that's what I'm aiming for, 140 pip complete to drop. Okay, so currently we are up on this for 66, holding it. It managed to break the support, so there is a potential for drop completely to the support, to the daily 20 EMA. All right, so it's melting, it's getting that rejection. Are you guys with me? So this is now, we are up on this 76 pip. Would like to hold it for full drop, and so you can see that complete break. Looking at the 30 minutes, this is a 30 minutes price action where come on, struggling to come back down, and here is a 15 minutes close. That this 15 minutes candle, what I think that it's a bearish price, so with the close expecting for the market to continue with the downtrend. not closing it yet, because this 15 minutes candle, if it is closing like that, this is a potentially a bearish price action, and in that case we there is a 4-hour close coming, which is closing as a potential doji here, and 15 minutes a bearish price action. A drop, a rejection here from the 4-hour, that you can see the market has made a significant a bearish move here, and you can see the price is showing that potential downtrend, right? So guys, we are holding it, and I want to take this full TP that will give me the previous 2 trades plus profit, and we can see the price is pushing back down here to the daily 20M as we discussed. As I mentioned earlier, that I was pretty sure that this market will drop, so I was always bearish. We are almost securing almost 144 pip, about to hit, waiting for that, and that's hit profit target, guys. Hit that profit target. Okay, we see that 144 pip secured, so that this will discover the previous 2 trades plus this one. So my previous 2 trades was only smaller risk, so which is around 30, 40, around 66, 70 trade pip was lost previously. This one is 144 5 pips, so basically around 75 80 pip gain in this trade. So guys, are you with me? So this is the real trading. This is how the real trading happens. So you need to wait for the bigger win. Okay, so even if we have, you know, a couple of losses when we are trading the day trading, if you have a different strategy, that we have AI trading strategy that in our academy, which is different, but when we are doing the day trading, we have to wait for the bigger win, and you know that even if we have a couple of smaller loss, that's completely fine, right? So the good morning, yeah, or bearish flag. I would like to, guys, how many of you traders here secured this big trade with me? Can you say yes if you have secured a bigger win here with me? Have you got here bigger win? Say yes in the live chat. We can see that the market is, right guys, and now with that being said, here it's now trying to consolidate in this area, and Are you guys with me? So this is a successful trade, a big one, and we are overall in profit for today. Okay, so Vitali, yes. Okay, scalping, yes. Okay, Derek, yes. Alpha, yes, thank you. Kana, yes. I had 2 positions, very good. Yes, TQ. Okay, so now guys, do you agree with me that, I would like to see how many of you agree with me here. The real trading is when, even if you have a smaller loss, right, you need to aim for a bigger win when you are doing the day trading. There are 2 kind of trading style, right? We have that in the academy. We have our AI trading, the robot trading, as well as the day trading, 2 groups. So completely opposite in nature, right? So when you are trading with day trading, you need to understand that this is a smaller risk, bigger win, right? We have our robot system, AI trading system in the academy, that where we take almost a very high winning rate, right? So we almost 98 to 99% win rate in the AI system. It's a different strategy, but we are using here day trading, where we need to drop the winning rate, but we need to keep bigger win to stay profitable. That's how trading is, and I believe that, guys, you have enjoyed this live session here with us in the academy, and I will coming on live very soon tomorrow again, trading live together. We'll see you there. Stay connected by joining the Telegram channel. You can find link below this video. Currently through the website, the membership is off. We have full in the academy. Stay connected by joining the Telegram, where we will be posting the option how, if you want to, anyone want to join in the academy for the AI system as well as for day trading. We have 2 groups that running in the academy. One is day trading, the other one is AI trading. Both are different in strategy. If you want to know more about, stay connected, join the channel. We'll see you again very soon trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay happy. Talk to you soon.